Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your #1 online political channel. What should President William Samuel Ruto do from now henceforth? Because from the uprising of Gen Zs, it seems the government of the day, which is led by him, has been tainted in one way or the other. The way the government is seen to the people of Kenya is different than the way it was being perceived and seen before the uprising of the Gen Z's group. Because the Gen Z's have given President William Samuel Ruto a different picture, a picture of the government which is not hearing the cry of its people, the government which is not working for the people of this nation. And the president has been seen or perceived to be a person who always deceives his people. And outside here, the cry is, Ruto must go. With all those occurrences which are happening in our nation, what should William Samuel Arap Ruto do in this kind of a crisis? That is actually what I want us to have as a candid discussion this day. But before we dive deeper and try to dissect what the president must do to redeem his image and the image of the government to the people of Kenya, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video thumbs up. Share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it is good to request them to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to hit the notification bell so that you can give YouTube permission to notify you at any moment we upload any political content into YouTube, so that you can be among the first people to view or to watch that content. And for those ones who have subscribed to our YouTube channel, I will say thank you, because you always inspire us to continue coming up with this kind of political content. And now, let us go back to the discussion of the day. What should President William Samuel Arap Ruto do to redeem his government from now the image it has been created about his government, about the government which is not working for its people, about the president who does not give the ear to his people, about the government which should be removed from power? What can President William Samuel Ruto do to redeem that kind of the image of the government? One of the things which I feel President William Samuel Ruto should do from now henceforth is that he must have proper communication. That means the president should have a good way to channel information to the people of this republic, such that policies are not made across the roads, in churches, because it looks like the people of this nation seems not to see what the government is doing, not to know what the government is doing. So for President William Samoei Arap Ruto to redeem his government, the first thing he must do, as I have said, he must look for a very good framework on how to communicate to the people of this republic. The second thing that William Samoei Ruto from now henceforth he must do, he must go and sit and then ask himself, what did I promise the people of this nation? And then he must come up with a lean kind of promises that he made to the people. And he must communicate why he has done that, why he has come up with a lean promises which he made to the people. And then he must implement on those promises thoroughly and effectively so that the people of Kenya can be able to see what the government of the day is doing. Because the people of this republic actually currently are not seeing what the government of the day is doing. Because it looks like President William Samoei Ruto actually promised the people of this republic a lot. And then he is trying to implement everything, which is impossible for him to do that. And therefore, that is why people are actually not seeing what the government is doing to them. If you look at the government of Emilio Kibaki said that he was going to do infrastructure across the nation. And then he did that. And people were able to see that kind of infrastructure. The president, Emilio Kibaki, by then using the old constitution, he is the person who came up with CDF. And people were able to feel the work of the government across the nation. And that's why people up to present, they associate themselves with Emilio Kibaki the late. And they say that he is the president who has performed the best. So, President William Samoei Arap Ruto should borrow a leaf from the government of Emilio Kibaki. He must know that you cannot promise the people of Kenya everything. You cannot be able to give everything to the people of Kenya. But if you come up with few things you can do and then perform them effectively, it means you will make the people of Kenya see what you are trying to do, and they will appreciate you and your government. Another thing that President William Samoei Arap Ruto must do, he must sit down with the MPs associated with Kenya Kwanza, and he must tell them that it is time for them to talk less and do more. Because it looks like the MPs associated with Kenya Kwanza are doing nothing, but they are talking a lot. And that's why people of this nation, they feel that this government in place is actually deceiving them to do anything that it had told them. So, President William Samoei Ruto must sit with his MPs, he must sit with the governors affiliated to Kenya Kwanza. He must sit with the senators associated with Kenya Kwanza. And he must tell them that this is not time to talk, but this is the time to rebuild the nation. This is the time to make sure that we have given back to the nation what we promised them. And he must stop this behavior of Kenya Kwanza MPs carrying a lot of money in terms of donations, trying to show the people of Kenya who are very poor that they have a lot. Because at the end of the time, people will ask these questions. Why does it seem that the government has a lot of money which it must dish out in various arambes? But when it comes to the employment of the youths, the government does not have money to do that kind of a job. So it is time that William Samoei Arap Ruto must be very serious and must speak honestly to members of parliament affiliated to UDA or Kenya Kwanza, to the senators affiliated to Kenya Kwanza, to the senators affiliated to Kenya Kwanza. So that is another thing that the president must do. Another thing that the president must do so that he can redeem the image of the government to the people of Kenya, which is negative, is that he must shake his cabinet. He must do cabinet reshuffle and get people who are competent, people who understand what they have to do in various ministries. Because it looks like people who are in various ministries, they are incompetent. They are not able to do their duties properly. And that's why we are experiencing what we are experiencing now. So the president needs to sit down and do a shuffle of his government so that he can put the people who are competent to lead those various ministries. And this he must do it now, if not next time. Another thing that the president he must do is about the intelligence of this nation. It looks like the intelligence services, the people who are involved to do intelligent work to this nation are actually asleep. They are not honest with him. They are not giving him the information he always needs to run the government. And therefore, he must crack the whip on the intelligence process. Some of the people must be removed or must be told to resign so that he can come up with a group of people to read the intelligence who knows what to do, who knows that the president must be served with information which is correct so that the president can use that information to build the nation. And the agency's uprising is one thing which actually makes us to feel that the intelligence in this country is actually being done poorly, because this uprising will have been thwarted or will have been stopped. So the president must look and come up with a group who will deal with the intelligence of this nation effectively. So that's another thing that President William Samoei Arap Ruto must be able to do. And lastly, he must be able to do something which will provide employment to the people of Kenya. Because if the youths will be left idle, then they will be on the streets now and again. And that will make the economy of this nation to go down. For example, from the time the uprising of the Gen Zs started, most of the businesses in various towns, they are closed. And those are young people. But if those young people had places to go to do the job, they would not have come to the streets. So the president must do all he can to make sure that he deals with unemployment in this republic. What do you have to say about all that? What do you think President William Samoei Ruto must do from now henceforth? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to pump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly to do that. And for those ones who have subscribed to this YouTube channel, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly. And whenever you subscribe, as I have said, always hit the notification bell so that YouTube can notify you anytime we come up with this political content. And with that, I say thank you. May God bless you all abundantly until we meet in our next political conversation. Goodbye.